Hey, this is Erin Enderlin. You're listening to another great episode of ETX ROCKS featuring Bubba T.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.
Hey guys, Boston Chris here with another incredible episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. This is episode number 267, and we are here with the oldest new country artist in the state of Texas. And he'll tell you firsthand that it's never too late to have a good time, right?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, you know, that's what happened to me. I just thought, well, might as well have a good time, and here I am. So never too late to have a good time.
It's the one and only Bubba T, the owner of the top 50 hit right now called Texton, Texas. It's number 45 this week on TRRR.
I'm excited.
And, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I was super excited when Dylan started working with you on the current single, because I've known who you are for a couple of years. And I love what you're doing, man, and I love your story, and I hope we can kind of convey a little bit of your story to our listeners.
I'd love to, and I just appreciate so much, Boston, and you having me up here.
No problem, man.
I really enjoyed it.
So, you know, you're 72 or 73?
I'm 72 and 3/4.
72 and 3/4. Is it just that at that age you just count every day? Is that what it is?
Oh my God, blessing is not to say the word. I mean, I am so blessed in my life, and to get to do this, and lost so many people up and down the road, that I'm just super blessed.
And we talked a little bit off camera, and I'm going to try to bring some of that conversation on camera now. So I guess when you were, 15, 16 years old, you were considering a life of music. And what happened?
Well, I started playing, I guess, in a band about 17. We were called the Galaxies, and actually we were on Mercury's imprint.
Yeah.
And had a single national, and we were on the road doing radio tours just like you do today. But after playing 5 years, my fiance said, no more playing in skating rinks. I'm just not going there anymore. And my parents said, no more tuition for college. So I thought through it. And Boston, I went out there and got way overeducated, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
You have a lot of initials behind your actual name, not the Bubba T name. There's only one initial there, but
That's true.
You've got Esquire, JD, right, BBA, all this stuff.
I said I was overeducated.
Yeah.
But none of it took.
None of it took.
Kind of like a smallpox shot.
But I mean, you've got 50 years invested in real life.
I do.
Outside of music.
I do.
And so, you know, fast forward to now, and, you know, you've lived a full life, you've experienced a lot of stuff, but now you end up gravitating back to music. What was that process like for you?
Well, I really have always adored music.
Yeah.
And so all through those years, after about 10 years, I did 4 or 5 parties or club gigs a year with friends in Dallas, but nothing serious.
So just enough to keep you dangerous.
Just enough to keep me in it, and around it. But what happened when I turned 70, I did realize how much God had blessed me and had given me the ability to do things. So I had a bucket list, and getting a place, which I got down Palestine, and trying music again. Now, I must tell you, I never thought it'd go this far. It's been a ball. But that's how it happened. It's my bucket list. And my CD, called Bucket List, is going to be released around July 25th. And we're having a big CD release party at Love and War in Plano on Friday, the 27th of July. So, you know, you asked me what happened. It just came over me. I wanted to try it. Yeah. And there I am. Here I am.
And you've been very overwhelmed, and I mean, not overwhelmed, but you know, the Texas scene is very welcoming. And you know, typically you get these young bucks that are, 22, 23 years old that are just starting out. You're living the same kind of life that they are, but you're 72.
Well, I told those kids they better be careful because I got a lot of energy. I'm after them.
Yeah, there's a lot of experience behind that energy, too.
There is. And it's fun for me.
Yeah.
And it's light and airy. I want to say something key off what you said. I have so impressed with the Texas Red Dirt music community. The nicest people I think I've met throughout the state, in big cities, little cities. And I want to tell you something, and I appreciate the Texas Red Dirt community, artists, radio, TV, all you people, Boston. Let me tell you why, because I know I hadn't paid my dues.
Right.
I hadn't been out there 5 or 6 or 7 years, but I've been embraced, and I appreciate you letting the old man have a shot.
Well, the music is good, and I think in the state of Texas, that's all that matters to people.
Thank you.
It's not like other places. I won't name any names, Nashville. But as long as the music is good here, I think people resonate towards good music in the state of Texas. It's always been that way, I think.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and that's what's nice. It's a much open forum than anywhere to get heard.
Exactly.
And then people have an opportunity to like it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with mainstream. You can't get heard.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And speaking of getting heard, again, you've got a top 45 single right now. It's the second single, if you don't count the Christmas one, right?
Right.
So, he did a Christmas single, rockabilly version of Frosty the Snowman with our good friend Natalie Rose. That's on YouTube. Y'all need to check that out.
That was a ball.
Yeah.
Natalie's such
that looked like y'all had a good time.
She's a great talent and a great person.
Oh, can't agree more. Natalie's just one of the best songwriters in Texas, I think.
She is,
just
and performing.
Very unique voice as well. And Bubba's got a show coming up in Palestine where I've heard that Natalie's going to be there.
She is. I mean, unless something happens, she's there. We've done 2 shows, one at House of Blues, and we did a TV thing for that song in Dallas, Channel 8, and I guess this will be her second Honky Tonk Revival all-out show with me.
Yeah.
And we had a ball the last time.
And that's a good way to put it, too. Honky Tonk Revival, which is kind of your show, what you're putting together. And no truer words were spoken. You are reviving honky tonk. So what were your roots in that kind of music?
I grew up with it. I mean, that's the first music I remember getting attached to it all. From all the Texas artists like Willie and of course the others, Waylon and all those.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of other Texas artists. I'll tell you who my favorite artist is.
Absolutely.
Hank Thompson.
Awesome.
I mean, Hank Thompson
Wild
from
Side of
Waco,
Life.
Texas. I do that song.
Yeah.
So it was my roots. I actually started, you guys don't know what 78s are, but 45s and all that, but I've loved it all my life. So that's why I came up with that name and the people that are working with me. And my show is not a concert, believe me. It's an interactive, fun experience. I don't know whether you've seen the videos, Little Bubba.
I have. Yep.
Little Bubba, the shark guy, and always guests like Natalie. And it's designed to take 2.5 hours out of your life and have fun. That's it. And it's not really the concert kind of show. Very much fun.
And you are definitely living that mantra of it's never too late to have a good time. But you're still working. You're still...
Well, yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to tell people what I am, because it could ruin my reputation. Yeah, no, that's okay. Everybody knows I'm a lawyer, but I want to make this clear. I'm not a good lawyer. I'm one of the worst lawyers. And I'm a recovering lawyer. I'm on step 3.
Okay. You only got 9 to go then, huh?
I only got 9 to go, but I'm not to where I'm a smart aleck as much. That part's under step 2. So, Yeah, I work hard. I do. And I enjoy that too. But the good Lord's given me an environment I can do this at my age.
So this started as a bucket list thing.
Exactly.
Just to say you did it, basically. It's turned into something a little more than that now, I would say.
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
It's like they told me that, you got to work at it, and they told me it's a marathon, not a sprint. Well, I've been out there, about 14 months.
Yeah.
And like I told you, embracing me and allowing me to do this, I appreciate it. I never really expected it. But now, obviously, I'm on fire. We'll have more singles, and we'll be doing more shows.
You definitely are on fire, because the first 2 singles you've released have been well accepted in the state of Texas. The first one is Drink All Day. And you did bring your guitarist and your own guitar as well. So you're going to play a couple of songs for us. The first one is called Born This Way. Tell us a little bit about this song, Bubba.
Because I'm not in the, I'm not between the ditches real good in life. I was just kind of born this way. You know, being what I do for a living and playing honky tonk music's kind of, it's not normal.
Right.
And anyway, so I was just born this way.
And so we're going to show you the song live and unplugged right here in the ETX Rocks living room. It's Born This Way by Bubba T. Y'all check it out.
I love my mama, I love my pa. Good country people, they're the best you ever saw. They pay their taxes, even when it hurts. Upstanding members of the Oak Street Baptist Church. I turned out different, they're not the ones to blame. They couldn't help it, 'cause I was just born this way. Daddy was a good man, never had but one bad seed. Slipped up and planted, a son of a gun of a buck like me. I know I'm crazy, hey baby, what can I say? I was just born this way. Don't like gambling unless I win. Just cheat me once, boy, you won't cheat no one again. I like old whiskey, I like new cars, I like the country with them rock and roll guitars. I love Jesus, I think he thinks I'm okay. He understands me, knows I was born this way. Daddy was a good man, never had but one bad seed. Slipped up and planted, a son of a gun of a buck like me. I know I'm crazy, hey baby, what can I say? I was just born this way.
All right, so we are back once again. It's episode 267 already. We are just starting our third year of this project. Our second anniversary was June 1st. So that was only about 10 days ago. And Bubba T's here for the first time on the show. Hopefully not the last time.
I'm sure not.
Awesome.
Love to come back here.
And so I guess, are you living in the Dallas area now?
I am. I live in Dallas itself, kind of downtown. My children are grown. And unfortunately, I'm single again. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Boston. Whatever. Fortunate or unfortunate, here I am. And so I live in Dallas. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're a single guy, and I know that you're also starting to write songs now.
I am.
So being a single guy, that could be a good thing.
Well, you get a lot of inspiration.
Yeah, that's right. Especially for what you do, like the honky tonk, The first single, Drink All Day, has that trop rock kind of feel, like the Jimmy Buffett, Key West kind of sound, which I love. The first time I heard you was that song, and I heard that line, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. And my dad used to say that all the time, so hearing that line...
that's an absolute fact.
Yeah, it's true. You can't start in the afternoon and say you've been drinking all day.
No. That's in the song.
Yeah. And it's a great song. So I know that you have a friend that's helped you kind of cultivate this new career. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with Keith Gattis.
Keith married one of my associates in Nashville. I had a publishing company there, and she was a song plugger, and I got to know, this was a business that I work with.
Yeah.
And I got to know her really well, Penny, and she married Keith. And so Keith is from Johnson City. Even though he lives out there, he's on the east side of Nashville.
Right.
He's as Texas as he can be. He just produced Wade's new album and wrote the first two singles that went right straight to #1.
Wow.
So anyway, we were friends, and I said, Keith, bucket list. I'm gonna play a little more. I'd like to put down a couple of tracks, just for fun,
just to get into the studio. Yeah.
And he said, "Hell, Bubba." He listened to about 7 or 8 songs, and he said, "Let's do 5 because I hadn't got to produce a steel and a fiddle in a long time." And we did it. And we had a ball.
And then that just turned into, this is good enough for radio.
Well, yeah, I ran in Nashville. I was doing business with some people. They heard the record, Steve Popovich, Marymount Records, and Joe Kelly, one of the guys in music big time. And I was shocked. They heard it, and they knew my age because they knew me. And they thought, well, this might be really cool. Never too late to have a good time kind of thing. And so we teed it up, and here we are.
Yeah, I mean, you are a living example that it's never too late, and I think it's cool that the music industry, not only here in Texas, but also in Nashville, has kind of showed folks that it is never too late, follow your dreams, and you just never know what could happen.
Well, you never know, and, again, I have to thank the Lord being blessed. You have to have the health and energy, and I've had that opportunity, and I just had a wonderful time. And I kind of encourage people to whatever level they can do things. If they've ever really wanted to do it, why not?
Right.
Once you're done, you're done.
Right. And we've done a lot of research on Bubba T and listening to the music and trying to learn more about him before he came to visit. And I know you have a very charitable heart as well.
Thank you.
It's very important to you to give back. So tell us about some of the projects that you're very strongly involved with. Well,
the trust that I work with is very philanthropic, and we do a lot of charities out of that trust, which aren't mine, that are in Hawaii and some here, like a boys club thing. The ones I've primarily been involved with myself and helping promote is Roof Angels, which is part of the deal that builds houses for people that can't have them. It's a big deal in Dallas every year. Fundraiser, and then Santa's Helper. I've fortunate enough the last 2 years to have the kickoff party for Channel 8 and Pete Delkus, at House of Blues in Dallas, and that's a big one for us.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that you've kind of cultivated this new career for yourself, but yet you're still giving back to those less fortunate to you, and you understand the importance in that. And I just wanted to point that out, just in case there are younger musicians out there that are trying to break through the door of what we call the music business, to never forget those less fortunate than you. Use whatever platform you have to better folks' lives.
I totally agree.
Yeah. I think that's very important. So I definitely wanted to kind of let you speak on that a little bit.
Thank you.
So the new record is due out in July.
The CD EP is due out in July. Now the songs I'm playing today are on it.
All 3 of them.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a 5-song EP?
Yeah, and I did a ballad. I can't wait for people to hear it, which I haven't. All you've heard from me are kind of fun songs.
Yeah.
So there's a ballad on there.
Oh, a love song.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's really a story song, nostalgic song.
Yeah.
About a couple of true love, and it's called. And some of the lines I love. It's enough to make an old man feel like a new man.
Wow.
So it kind of fit my mold.
Yeah. That's cool. So where are your roots located at?
East Dallas County.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in 1947. No, I'm sorry.
Wow.
1947.
Zachary Taylor was president then.
Yeah, and the surgery's been amazing.
I'll tell you.
I was born in 1945, lived in East Dallas County, and it was total country. You couldn't tell the difference in East Dallas County when I was 5 years old, 1950, than Arkansas.
Wow.
It was cotton country and onions, and I was raised out in the country listening to Hank Thompson.
Wow. So Hank Thompson was your big go-to as a kid.
Yeah, in college and all that. I went to TCU. They had a place called Panther Hall in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
One of the old honky tonks, well known around Texas in those days. And half the university showed out there. You couldn't get into that place, and Hank Thompson came.
Oh, I bet. I bet. I saw Hank Thompson when I was probably in my teens. So this would have been like the 90s.
Well, he played right up till the end.
Yeah.
He was still touring.
We saw him at a place called the Rehoboth Fair in Dighton, Massachusetts. Yeah, we saw Hank Thompson. Freddie Fender was there a couple times.
I got you.
The Kendalls, Mel Tillis.
Yeah.
We saw a bunch of folks there.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was raised right. I was raised on country music. I rebelled against it until I was an adult. But
I'll be there.
yeah, I still kind of, I never took advantage or never took for granted the folks that my dad was bringing me to see.
That's wonderful.
So who are you listening to now, other than yourself?
Oh my goodness, Natalie.
Yeah.
All the Texas artists. I'm a big Wade Bowen fan.
Natalie's right over your left shoulder.
Hey, Natalie. All the Texas artists. I just enjoy most all of them.
Yeah.
Reckless Kelly, Whiskey Myers. Like I said, Wade.
Palestine Boys.
Yeah,
Whiskey
Palestine
Myers.
Boys. Yeah, they wouldn't remember me, but I knew them when they were just starting. Then Randy Rogers, you name it. I just think they're all great.
And so you did mention you have a live show as well. There's a big difference between going into the studio and having a live show.
That's right.
And one thing I can tell you about Bubba, you guys aren't here in the living room, but there's a lot of passion exuding from this guy. It's awesome to see. Very charismatic.
I'm having fun, Boston.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I'm having a great time too. But do you feel like, again, you're a lawyer in everyday life, right?
Right.
And then you're on stage, so you have to be entertaining. Is that natural? Is that a natural progression for you?
Well, yeah, it is on a level. Now, I'm practicing, but not as much. But I practice every day, I'm in town. What's hard is shifting gears.
Yeah.
It's shifting gears from a corporate America mentality to walking up there on the stage.
Right.
I think there's a video out there somewhere where I literally ended a bank board meeting, had my suit on, went to House of Blues. They had a picture of me walking in the restroom, coming out as Bubba T.
Wow.
So that's kind of hard to do.
Yeah. It's two different personas, isn't it?
It is. Two different total thought processes.
So how do you prepare for life as Bubba T? Is there a preparation
Not
process
really.
for you?
No, it's kind of like, man, when I hear that band fire up, it's just all there.
Just takes you to a different place.
It just takes you back.
Has that always been there throughout your whole life?
It is. I was the front guy with the Galaxies and all these shows I've done. And, I'd like to think I can stimulate people to enjoy themselves. That's really, I think, part of my talent.
What was your outlet for that energy when you weren't playing music?
Well, like I said, we had parties,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 times a year. And I did a lot of speaking, like on estate planning and stuff like that back in my younger years. So I've always been a ham, one way or another.
Do you wish you had started back earlier?
Yeah.
Are there any regrets?
A little bit. I don't like to use the word regret because I do believe in a path of life. I kind of wish my path had started about 10 years ago.
Right.
And I could have had more of this. But I had no idea. I didn't even know there was an opportunity. I mean, I didn't think I had an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, you did.
I did. Here we are.
Is it surprising to you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Because my original goal wasn't to put that out. Then my goal was to get on a chart, any chart, and I figured that's my bucket list. Now, here we go. We're back out there and going to be out there some more.
So now that you've accomplished some of these items from your bucket list, do you find yourself adding new things to that list?
Yeah, some, but it has to do with Texas Red Dirt music.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do is play.
So what's the goal?
Records.
Just to play?
Be number one, of course. That's always your goal. You want to try to be the best you can be.
Right.
But I think it's just compete and try to make good music. Hopefully, write good music and then have people enjoy me.
Yeah.
So really, my bucket list is to play more live. I don't care whether it's 2 people at the bus station or 10,000 at a festival.
Yeah.
It's all the same kind of.
Yeah. You could play for tens and tens of people.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen both sides of that coin, boy. I've been in the coffee shops watching folks, and personally, I would take the coffee shop over the festival any day of the week.
Well, we do the Honky Tonk Revival. We also do some acoustical shows, and that's really fun. It's very intimate.
Yeah, I love the intimate music.
So,
what do you think? How is it for you to connect with an audience? Is that important to you?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think, like I said, that's part of our show. My personality hopefully is engaging, and I do make fun of myself, and we lose little Bubba sometime under a table. I mean, since Ringling Brothers went out of business, I have an open ring of circus.
Right, yeah, of course, yeah.
So connecting is very important to me.
Yeah.
Sing-along is very important.
And I think, when you have that charisma that Bubba T has, I think, even like personally, the first time I'm introduced to you is through your video work.
Yeah.
You Drink All Day and the Texan Texas.
Yeah.
And the personality shines through there as well.
Thank you.
So, I mean, when you're at the drawing table for studio work, video work, stuff like that. How much of your input is being added to the production?
Well, obviously, I get to approve everything, but, I'm not an expert. Those people are.
Right.
Like that video, Don Williams, producer, and they're from Country Network, and the crew. He's amazing. I really had 5 lines down of what their thinking was, and that whole thing is just an expression,
Right.
of artists. By the way, that one, 3 weeks ago, you'll see it on the news. The video won the gold award for the Telly Awards out of LA, which are awards for the video industry. There's about 20 categories. Best music video. That award went to that company, that crew.
Right.
It wasn't about me and the content. It was about the ingenuity of it.
Right.
The little cars and.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
I'm real proud they did that.
And I know you were also recognized by TRRR this year, weren't you, as a future face?
And I think that's kind of hilarious, isn't
Yeah,
it? Look
but-
at this future face, everybody.
But it happened, though, didn't
It
it?
did happen.
Yeah.
I was so excited. That's what I'm saying. I didn't think I'd get any recognition at all. And then that was cool. The
Yeah.
only thing bad about that is I had to sing right before Sundance Head.
Yeah, that's a tough gig.
That'll take your breath away. Yeah.
Just
And
be
then
happy
we
you
did-
didn't have to follow him.
Oh my God! I'd have just jumped. And we did the TRR after party,
Yeah.
and that was a ball.
Yeah.
We had everybody out there, all the regulars.
Yeah, I heard that your band was the one that kind of ran the after party.
It was Jerry and Glenn, and these guys are amazing. They're pro musicians, chart readers. So we had 3 guests plus Natalie
Yeah.
in that show. And
Yeah, we had one of them here yesterday. Brianna Adams was
oh,
here.
really,
Yeah.
Brianna? Yeah, how cool! Wow. And it worked out great, and I had a really good time. I hope Dave lets us do it this year.
Man, it was cool. It was just, I love everything Dave does out there. What he does for Texas music is just revolutionary, in my opinion. And
Very, very committed.
I love the fact that, they're not afraid to have a Bubba T
No,
at the
agree.
Future Faces show.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Because it's true. You're a new artist, just like anybody else of any age.
Just happened to be 73.
Yeah, age shouldn't matter,
No.
And I think Texas is just so cool in that we don't care as long as it's good music, like I said earlier in the show, and this is definitely good music.
Thank you.
So this CD that's coming out in July, was that recorded in Nashville?
It was.
With Keith and them?
It was, because Keith has his own studio
Right.
on the east side of Nashville, and it's all Texas. You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You got wagon wheels, studio back here, house up here, has a place where, it has a fire pit.
Right.
And it's just not like the steel caverns,
Yeah.
at Sony, stuff like that. It's
Right.
very Texas and very cool.
So once again, we're sitting here with Bubba T. It's episode 267. This is the guy that you probably have heard on the radio with Texting Texas. I would like to urge folks out there, if you're hearing about Bubba for the first time, make sure you check out the song Texting Texas. If you like the song, call your local radio station and request a song. Make sure you're streaming it on Spotify. I know that's very important to these
it
artists
is,
as
yeah.
well. And buy the music as well when it's out in July,
Thank you.
right?
Yeah. Now the singles are available
Right.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Spotify and all that, but the CD will be available.
Right.
Then, and I hope you buy it. I think it's 5 songs that you can have a party with.
Yeah.
Sing in the backyard.
And I'm going to have to make sure you have our address because I want one of those CDs
You
for the
got
wall.
it.
Yeah,
You
I'd
got
love to
it.
have
Oh,
Bubba
yeah,
T
and
on
I
the
got
wall
a
here.
single deal I'll send you too.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
Awesome. Very cool. So yeah, we're here with Bubba T, and Bubba's actually going to play us another song, and this is the first single that went top 70, I believe. It's called Drink All
Yeah,
Day.
Drink All Day.
So tell us a little bit about this song and how you got your hands on it.
Well, I don't want to promote drinking too much now. You can count coffee, orange juice, and milk.
That's true.
But I guess it was just a song I just adored, a fun song.
Yeah.
Kind of a bunch of old guys going down to a NASCAR race having a good time. It was just a summer sing-along song, and I just love the songs.
Very cool. So it's Drink All Day. It's live and unplugged here in the ETX Rocks living room. The one and only Bubba T. Y'all check it out.
Me and my buddies took a little road trip down to Daytona to watch a race and get ripped. We drove all night and got a place by the pit, pulled in there around sunrise, and then Ben popped the top about 7 7:30. I said, dang, Ben, ain't it a little early? He said, you boys gotta quit being so girly. We came down here to have a good time. You can't drink all day, unless you get up and get home. You can't drink all day, if you don't start in the morning. Well, it wasn't too long till we all joined in. We were buzzing like bees by 9:45, tumbling around and making new friends. I think I saw Danica Patrick in a golf cart, not sure. Well, we made our way down that row of RVs, where nice girls gave us a splash of JD. Couple shots, but they were least double D. Got her picture with a guy who looked like Earnhardt. Come on, you can't drink all day, unless you get up and get home. You can't drink all day, if you don't start in the morning. By the time they were waving that checkered flag with a couple of boys, they were beginning to drag. They said they started at noon and been at it all day. I looked at Ben and said, what did they say? I can't drink all day, unless you get up and get home. You can't drink all day, if you don't start in the morning. Go, you can't drink all day, unless you get up and get home. You can't drink all day, if you don't start in the morning. And that's a fact. You can't drink all day if you don't start.
All right, so once again, we are back. It's episode 267. Unbelievable we've done this many shows already.
Wow, that's a bunch.
So how much does this music, like Drink All Day that we just heard, how different is that from what you were doing with the Galaxies back in the day?
Wow. Well, a lot different. You know, it was the beginning of rock and roll. Chuck Berry liked songs, and we wrote a lot then. We had a lot of originals. There weren't many working bands.
Yeah.
1958, 1962, there were very few working bands. And we worked a lot. And but it was the Chuck Berry kind of thing, R&B, Elvis.
Wow.
All that kind of stuff. You know, it was rock in those days, you know, which was a lot of fun.
And so you were signed to Mercury and all that?
Yeah, it was called Limelight, you know, a Mercury lower record.
Subdivision or whatever.
Yeah, we got promoted by a guy named Bill Lowry out of Atlanta and had a bunch of the big stars. And we charted and all that, but like I said, you know, it's like, I guess I was encouraged terribly to go back to the real world, corporate America.
Yeah. Women and parents will do that to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not at 73.
No, they let you do what you want now,
Yeah,
right? Because you've already lived your 50 years of corporate life.
I'm telling you.
So what's the major difference to you between corporate and music?
Music's a heck of a lot more fun. Corporate is work. And
less cutthroat?
Yeah, absolutely. I told you the people in this whole community are the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah. And I imagine you're having a great time just traveling the roads of Texas.
Well, that's another point. I've made a lot of interviews. I was so into corporate America and so looking, you know, with blinders.
Had your blinders on.
I have driven a lot of the back roads of this state in the last year, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I open my eyes. I go to great local restaurants and meet nice people, and, man, I've loved it.
Yeah. It's awesome that you can, you know, just kind of, you know, change the direction of your life, live your dream, regardless of how long it takes you to do it. And for it to take off the way it has for you is just super inspiring to a lot of folks. So I guess
I'm surprised.
I think we should just kind of wrap this up with maybe you could give some folks out there some advice. Maybe there's folks out there that are struggling with following their dreams, whether it's music or not. What would you say to those people?
Well, I've been asked that before, and I don't really like to tell people what to do. I'll tell you what happened to me.
Okay.
When I turned 70, I saw the horizon. And I thank the Lord for having the ability to do things and chose to be active and go forward and do some challenges. I think it'd be good for a lot of people to do that. You know, I can't imagine me watching TV all day.
Right.
And for anybody out there that's got something, whatever it is, just like you said, not just music, anything, obviously any kind of arts, painting or hunting, fishing, or working on old cars or whatever. You know, I encourage you to stay active and have fun because it's worked for me.
Awesome. Awesome. And so, again, we have a show coming up on June 23rd. I know this episode will be out already, but we will definitely make sure that we share the event for that. So
Down in
folks
Palestine.
Yeah, so folks here in East Texas can know that you're going to be in the area.
Shelton Hall in Palestine.
It's Shelton Hall or Shelton Gin?
Shelton Gin, I'm sorry.
No
Shelton
problem.
Gin, right down in Old Town there.
Yep.
And it's Saturday the 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll definitely make sure we share that on our social media so folks know you're going to be visiting the East Texas area. He's well established in Palestine as well. You have a place down in that area.
I do. That was my other bucket list to get me a place. I don't want to call it a ranch. It's only 100 acres. You know, in Texas.
Only 100 acres.
Well, you know, here you're supposed to have 10,000 to call it a ranch.
Oh yeah, and you're talking like Rhode Island size at that point. You know,
Right. I love
when
it,
you can
though.
fit an entire U.S. state on your property, you probably have too much land.
Absolutely, I hear that. So like I told you, Boston, on Saturday I mowed all day. I love it, riding my tractor. I feel like, you know, I'm back to the basics.
Right. And so if folks out there are hearing about you for the first time, where can they follow along with the journey that you got going on?
My website is bubbashonkytonk.com. And then for Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, it's Bubba T, or
Okay.
Bubba's Honky Tonk. And, you know, I'm on Spotify, but you know all of them.
Right.
Amazon,
iTunes.
If you put in Bubba T or the name of the song, it should come up.
Okay, awesome. And we'll make sure we put the website down in the description below. It is bubbashonkytonk.com.
Exactly.
Again, you can click on that down in the description. And I know there's links to his social media on there.
That's
There's a
right. That's the best way to get
Yeah, really cool bio on there as well. I think there's a contact link on there too for you for your music venues out there that want to have the Honky Tonk Revival come to your show.
We would
to your
love to
venue.
play anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, I'm sure he would even go to Canada. Right?
Whatever. I don't have a passport, Boston.
Well,
I have never been out.
well,
of
you
the
know what
country.
we'll do is we'll just line them up on the border. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go. We'll
Yeah.
play on this side. I got to get one. I got to get one because the Red Dirt folks are going to England. On
Yeah, Dublin. Yeah, they call it the Red Dirt Crawl, I think. is
Yeah,
what
they got
call
a thing over there, and it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. Really
It was
cool.
interesting. I don't know where it came from, but I was on a station in Switzerland that's terrestrial and internet. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
Mm-hmm.
And don't be surprised if more of that happens because we reach 191 countries with this show.
Wow.
Yeah. That's mind-blowing to
It
me.
is, man.
Yeah. I think we even get views in like Mozambique, wherever that is. I don't know.
Wow. That's amazing.
You
Well,
have
it's a
to-
great show. I love watching it, and I think you're doing a great service to all of us trying to play out there and your fans.
I appreciate that,
I
Bubba,
gi-
and
I
I
give
appreciate
you-
you stopping by and talking
Thanks.
with us. And you know, again, you have an open invite anytime you want to come back.
I definitely want to come back.
And we'd love to have you when the CD comes out and let folks know that it's out. And,
We'll try to set a date because from Palestine's not that bad.
yeah, it's not that far at all.
No.
Maybe we can come out to the 100 Acres next
I'd
time.
love for you to.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Come down there. We find a steak every once in a while.
Oh, you know, you just you have to find one of those ranches where they wouldn't miss the cow if you took it. You know, either that or go to Skinner's or Brookshire's or something like that.
There you go.
So once again, we're here with Bubba T. It's episode 267 of the ETX ROCKS Show. If you've spending some time with us today, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you want to follow along with everything we have going on, we're located at ETX ROCKS, and you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. That's the best way you can help us out. Because every time we get a subscription, it changes the algorithms within YouTube. And the more subs we have, the better chances we have of our videos being in the recommended sections of
Amen.
YouTube. And the more we're recommended, the more artists like Bubba T and others are getting more exposure from our channel. So hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do that. And if you like what we're doing, hit the like button too. That would let us know that you're enjoying what we do. Also, we are extremely low budget on the show. I say this every single week. But we have set up a donate link for you guys out there that would like to contribute to the show. You can find that at www.paypal.me/ETX ROCKS. And we'll take anything from a dime to $1 million.
There you go.
Nothing over $1 million, not this week, unless it's yen. If you want to send us some yen, it's probably going to take at least a couple million for us to buy a cup of coffee.
There you go.
Because I guess the exchange rate on yen is not as good.
Much less with Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks, no. No bueno there. But we want to thank you guys that have contributed. It's because of y'all that we just launched a brand new website in March of this year. That's at www.etxrocks.show. And we have all 10,000 plus hours of content that we've created over the last couple of years available to you right there on the website. We also have internet radio playing in the background with every single live performance that's ever been played on the show. Almost 400 performances that have been played on the show. And they're right there playing in the background of our website. By the time Bubba gets home today, we'll have his songs up and playing as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
So that'll be cool. If you missed the sneak peek from Bubba T, you can find that on our Facebook. He played the new single, Text in Texas. So make sure you check that out. You can just go to Facebook search and type in Bubba T ETX ROCKS, and that'll show up right there. As we always say on this show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks. Well, I've been cut off, but never that way. The one set called drop is like she fell right off of the face. But it's starting to sink in this time. She might mean it. Maybe I should just hang it up, 'cause I've left her message after message, and I just ain't getting no love. 'Cause I'm texting Texas, but Texas ain't texting me back. She's out there, God knows where, while I'm stuck here going half mad. Yeah, I'm about to throw this damn cell phone up against the wall. Texas ain't texting me back, much less taking my call. Maybe she's fine and just needs a break. Or maybe she's out there somewhere just out of range. You know, it could be. Oh. But I'm starting to have wild thoughts run around wild in my head. And to top it off, I've run the battery on this thing plumb dead. I'm texting Texas, but Texas ain't texting me back. She's out there, God knows where, while I'm stuck here going half mad. Yeah, I'm about to throw this damn cell phone up against the wall. Texas ain't texting me back, much less taking my call. Oh no, Texas ain't texting me back, much less taking my call. And I hope she gets back with me.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX